The Lost Cryptids Conservatory, where we will shatter your reality to bring you closer to the truth.
All right, guys, welcome back to another live show. Hope everyone's doing good and everyone can hear me all right. So got a pretty good show lined up for tonight. As long as everything goes good on the computer end, we should be able to view and show a few things and have a fun night. First one is, of course, Sandra Piper. How you doing? So yeah. Got some stuff lined up. We're gonna be doing a few things. We'll be looking at some pictures. We're gonna be looking at some peculiar things. We got some audio that we can look at and on the spectrogram, and then show you guys kind of what we look for and what we do, and show you some of the stuff that that we have behind the scenes stuff, that things that I have really never showed yet again. So this is kind of behind the scenes look at some of the stuff we got, some of the stuff that some stuff we've actually haven't shown, and we'll even go through some stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be fun and all good. All right, everyone can hear me just good. Adjust the brightness on this. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I gotta test the audio on the computer and stuff. Otherwise, we'll have the issue like last time. But I believe I can. I didn't mess with it as much as I should have, but I believe I can fix it easily. So, anyways, I hope everyone's doing good out there. So let's get started. So we let's see, what do I got first on my show? Yes. Got a number of things. Where to get started? Yes. Oh man, there's so much I could choose from. But first, we'll talk a little bit about the Native American side. I think that'd be a good introduction. And when people talk about the Native Americans and their legends on Sasquatch, on Bigfoot, they're all, there's so many different dozens, hundreds of tribes, in fact, like thousands of tribes, the more farther back in time you go. But most of the time is generalized. Native Americans, when we talk about them, we generalize a lot of the stuff from different tribes and combine them, when actuality it's bits and pieces that we've picked up along the way from old Wild West movies and kind of not full knowledgeable facts and stuff on the tribe. So some tribes in North America, would see Sasquatch as a benevolent being and stuff, a creature that they traded with and stuff. Some that they could communicate with and had a good um, relationship with. Others, like in the Pacific Northwest, like Skookum Mountain, Skookum, they thought they were cannibal devils that would eat them and would eat anyone that crossed into their land and stuff. And so there's dozens of tribes that were on both sides, and you have dozens of tribes that were in the middle, where on any given day they were kind of Sasquatches were generally tolerant of us, but if you cross them or on any other day, they weren't so nice. And so there's a lot of different stories, a lot of different mythology of what Sasquatches can do in different tribes. Some say they have magical powers and could turn invisible by rubbing special ointment on themselves, while others would simply say they're just a beast that lives in the cave, with no such magical powers. Those specific tribes wouldn't view that as such. Others, particular story of the hero had to kill a Bigfoot by shooting it in the butthole because of the arrow wouldn't pierce anywhere else and stuff. There's a lot of interesting stories and stuff on different tribes when it comes to the aspects of Sasquatch and exactly what it meant to their tribe and their belief systems. So here in the Great Lakes region and of Canada and of the Northeast, we have a bunch of different tribes that speak very similar language that are branched together in the Algonquin language group, which is just a family language tree that branches out, and they are different and with different cultures, aspects, very relatable, but they're each unique, slightly different little spin on things and slightly different creation stories and different ways that they go about things. An example would be in Michigan, we have the three tribes of Michigan, the three elder tribes, and they're the Potawatomi, the Ottawa, and the Ojibwe. And although they're relatively the same and speak almost relatively the same language, and basically you could loop them all together and say just the Native Americans of Michigan, because they, are relatively interwoven, but they spoke very distinct languages with slightly different words, and they had slightly different belief systems, and they were they viewed themselves as different, brother tribes and stuff, but they viewed themselves as different. In the ancient times, they actually went to war with each other, came together, and formed the Council of Fire. Long story short, even though they spoke the same language groups and stuff and had very basically a different dialect or accent, and substituted some words and used more P sounding instead of B sounding words. They were distinctly different and such. They viewed themselves as different and would get very upset if you looped them all together. So the whole thing that's, Native Americans this, Native Americans that, it's what tribe are you exactly talking about? What details, show me the details, because anyone can say, oh yeah, Native Americans, the old ways and blah, blah, blah. But in each state you're talking about, 5 to 10 or more tribes, in ancient tribes, and some that were wiped out and some that are lost. We don't have languages and stuff too. So there were a lot of stuff going on. So they viewed each tribe and sometimes each village of the different tribes had different relationships and thoughts on Sasquatch. So I'm going to play a video of the Ojibwe, which is again part of the Algonquin and part of the three sister tribes of Michigan. What they viewed an interesting aspect that I think you will understand.
And the fourth teaching that we were given was a teaching of honesty that was represented by the one they call Sabe or Bigfoot. Honesty to our people meant that you learn to speak from your heart, get out of your head, get out of your mind, because your mind is gonna lead you many times the opposite of what the heart is trying to express. To be honest is to be able to be true to your word. So that Sabe was always there to offer that inspiration, in being honest. How to be honest. Now that's a good one, that one. I remember growing up, and the elders, whenever they agreed to something, they would shake their hand and say, yeah, it'll be done. They didn't need to write on paper, on any agreement or contract. Their contract was their heart, because the truth was spoken from their heart. And the old people would always say, is that you learn to speak from the heart.
Sabe, Bigfoot, their representation of the seven teachings that are relatable to honesty, courage, and a bunch of stuff, and animals that represented each and every value. Honesty was represented with Sasquatch, or Sabe, which is an Algonquin name. It's actually Ojibwe, but if you look, there's other words like Sasquay and other words with the S-A words and letters were for Sasquatch and stuff across Canada and stuff, which is interesting. Very similar names, structure and sounds like, but different words, of course, from different tribes and different languages, but meaning the same creature. So Sabe, meaning honesty and stuff, and how relevant it is today to see a Sasquatch and honestly tell about your encounter, what happened, and the aspect of coming out of this truth, and no one's going to believe you, no one does believe you, and still standing your ground. And I don't know, I just find that kind of interesting, and this whole research aspect, so you can watch the full video on that. It's the seven ancient teachings on the YouTube channel, and it goes through a bunch of them. And number 4 is honesty for Sabe, which is very interesting. A lot of never, and again, so that particular teaching, it shows that Sabe in kind of a not necessarily good or bad light, but a meaningful light. So it's very interesting and stuff. So and a lot of people, think Sasquatch is friendly, very calm and nice and stuff, but that's not always the situation, because the reality is no one is like that. No animal is like that, honestly. Even a squirrel, you can watch all these videos right now, attack people, randomly, defensively, because they are sick and stuff or dying. But at times, even the smallest fur creature can do a lot of damage and have the potential to get mad, get annoyed, and lash out. If you don't think that's true, go mess with your cat. Go bug your cat. And if it has claws, keep messing with it until it draws blood. I mean, that's just a cat and stuff. The reality of it is that Sasquatch actually do cause harm to people, and it has been documented over the years through newspaper clippings and small town news. A lot of the stuff, is reported and then swept underneath the rug very quickly. It's not something that's cycled through the news weekends, weeks on replay. But in the 1950s and 1960s and early 1900s is a great example of a time period where there's a lot of attacks and a lot of aggressive Bigfoot actions. And if people don't want to believe it, I mean, you just go look for yourself. You know, if you don't believe me, go try to prove me wrong. Go look for yourself. But I do know for the fact, because I've seen data points and seen data, and from a trusted source, a reliable source that would do their homework on these things. And you can find newspaper clippings of basically things along the lines of farmer found dead, head twisted, gun bent, livestock attacked and dead. You can find a lot of livestock being attacked and stolen and stuff, but farmers are winding up dead because of conflict and stuff, and vandalism with property damage and all that. One of the things that keeps occurring, which is very interesting, is Sasquatch is leaving trophies on. The term trophies is leaving stuff on trees as to show off or to display like a trophy. And some of these old stories, you know, have livestock being impaled on trees or basically torn apart and thrown up in trees. I have a picture I'm about to show you of a bear, and I'm just gonna have you guys look at it. I don't think I need to explain anything. This was shown on if you guys were watching Hairman Hoodwinks, Nikki's show, the show with all the Bigfoot pictures and stuff. I sent her a bunch of pictures. I sent her this picture, but I couldn't find the other picture that goes along with it to give it better context. And I think this was going to show you guys an example of the possibility of things. So I'm just going to show you, and then we'll get on to it, guys. So here we go. All right, so this is a picture of a bear, obviously in a tree, right? You know, and you're not sure the context of it, but this is the second picture that goes along with it. So this bear is actually suspended, I would say 20 feet up in the tree. And yeah, I don't know what to say. Other than it's pretty weird. Basically, the story behind this is suspected of Bigfoot killing a bear and displaying it up in a tree. There's a lot of conflict with Sasquatches and bear because black bear, grizzly bear can prey upon young Sasquatches and actually take them down. And probably probably the only predator that actually actively would hunt Sasquatch or actively hunt juvenile Sasquatches. So this is reportedly just that. And there's other pictures out there I could show that are more gruesome. There's other bear kills that are pretty interesting. And so again, I wanted to show that picture because when I showed it, I sent it to Nikki. I only had that picture right there and didn't have the second picture, which shows the actual distance from the ground. And I'm sorry it's like that. The way I edited it on my phone to display on the video, it didn't turn out right for some reason. But you guys get it pretty much. So what, either there's a few theories on this that I've wondered, and some people have mentioned, maybe the bear climbed up and fell and impaled itself. Maybe there's a rope hanging from the bear and strung up. But I have another picture. I keep messing up. I have another picture that has another bear that actually does appear to have a rope strung up around the neck tight and goes up the tree. But I have not found that one. It's on this website. It's on this site months ago back on Facebook. So like I gotta scroll back. So my girlfriend just got here, so I will be right back. I'm gonna go greet her real quick and get her set up, and I will be right back in about a minute. All right, we're back, and hopefully you guys, are enjoying the program so far. I know I kind of usually fumble my around at the beginning and kind of warm up and get rolling, and the show gets better. But I want to show you guys interesting evidence and stuff like this that I find odd or peculiar. It doesn't mean it's Sasquatch. It could be other cryptids. It could be completely natural. I mean, this bear could have just fell and impaled itself. You have to kind of actually critically think about things and not just think Sasquatch all the time. So, but it is odd and stuff. I think there's other pictures and stuff that can go along with this that, I mean, it's pretty odd. So, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna got another photo here. Very great. Well, we'll just play it. Interesting photo right here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I'm gonna not say anything. Let's see if you guys can spot it. Kind of clear it up a little bit right there. Maybe that helps. And we'll zoom in so you guys can see just a little bit better. And this is not pareidolia in a bush. This is not over pixelization of a photo that's zoomed in 20 times over. This is pretty interesting, pretty clear picture that was shot. So everyone in the comments, start rolling them. What do you think about this picture? Because I find it incredible, honestly. My honest opinion about it, I find it 100% legit. And the backstory on this comes from Val Zavala from the Gumshoe Guy, Bigfoot, Michigan reports. And Val is retired law enforcement and amazing background and stuff. And he profiled Sasquatch and got into the game after he retired from law enforcement, and basically was out one day with one of the godfathers of Michigan Bigfoot research, Mr. Bob Daigle, and they were in an area of Waterloo, Michigan, which is a well-known hotspot of Southeast Michigan, basically. And they were in a spot checking out some interesting stuff where they started experiencing some pine cones being thrown at them. And basically, Val started snapping some pictures all around him. He didn't know, where it was coming from. Didn't see anything at first, and then he noticed this creature and stuff. And had a very off feeling about it and stuff. Actually, the way he explains, and you guys can go on the channel and watch the interviews with Val Zavala, where he goes in depth, talks about this, because it's just better to see him say it, see him tell it. But he had a feeling like it. Basically, he felt annoyed. He basically felt like he was feeling what the creature was feeling. He was feeling anger. He was feeling annoyance. He was feeling kind of disgust. And Val kind of, called it, you freak, because he thought it was a person in a costume. He didn't know what was going on. He was very agitated and stuff, and didn't want to be there. And so they actually got out of there because of the situation, and his awareness as law enforcement and all that training kicked in, and they just didn't sit right. And Val can tell you a bunch of stories of trusting his gut as law enforcement that saved his life and saved the lives of others many times over. So he trusted his gut and that instincts, and they got out of there. But there's actually possibly two in this picture. There's one on the tree, but if you look to the right, that second tree towards the right, that black spot right there, that black mass, if you look very closely, you would notice that it's actually a small tree, and there might be a Sasquatch behind it. If you notice the lines of the small tree and the blackness behind it, was supposedly and possibly another Sasquatch. And Val just got lucky and snapped this picture, and it shows pretty shaggy looking humanoid, about 8 foot up off the you have to watch the interview and stuff, because I'm not gonna throw out details that I know I might be a little bit off, a little bit wrong. Where Val, if you watch the interview, you can have the 100% facts about it. So upon seeing this photo and examining it, working on it, enhancing it, and knowing Val, going out in the field with Val, and trusting him, I 100% believe that this is a real photo of Sasquatch. A real photo of a Sasquatch up in the tree. And even this close, he zoomed in crop photo of that, you can see details. If you really look at it and you are skilled and actually know what you're looking for, you can see eyes, you can see the face and hairline and stuff. I mean, it's there. But people are going to have mixed reactions about that picture, because it's a picture, and it is what it is. But in terms of personally knowing the guy and being out in the field and seeing that picture and all that, I believe it. Yeah, it appears to be, I guess, what we would term blonde or a very light brown colored, or a possibly red, like a golden retriever type of red one, an auburn colored one, that color. The other one appears to be very dark brown, very black. So very interesting stuff. And you can view that and more of what Val has worked on and stuff, including the picture of the bear and other great information that you're not going to find anywhere else on Facebook or YouTube or any other platform. And that would be going to Facebook groups, Gumshoe Guys Corner, Michigan Bigfoot Reports and Sightings. It has a blue picture of Michigan Bigfoot. It should be easy to find and stuff. Don't troll there. Don't cause any problems because you will be kicked out. Just take in all the knowledge and appreciate what Val is doing in his retirement, because he's putting the work in. And I'm telling you right now, there's no one else that I know of or work that I have seen. And at the pace that he's able to collect the data, get it done, and show it. I keep looking. He keeps showing the number of reports in Michigan is just growing exponentially. I think it'd be interesting to know at the end of the year how many reports he actually took and got and received this whole year, because I know it's jumped up by a couple hundred. So last I checked, it was 1999, and now it's over 2011, and that was in a span of a week. So getting a lot of reports, getting a lot of information, and he's profiling in ways that no one else is, because he's trained and skilled in ways that no one else has come forward and done. You know, like law enforcement and a lot of stuff that he goes into detail on an interview that he does on the show. He does a couple of interviews. The latest one, you know, we get into Bigfoot and stuff. Amazing guy. Who's doing a lot of great work. So shout out to him, because he should deserve the recognition and because he's putting the work in. And yeah, you can see some details. You can see some hair hanging off of the elbow area, I believe. So I'm gonna play that video real quick, and I gotta talk to my girl. Should scroll down, and then we got some other stuff to show. All right, so yeah, as you guys can see, this is pretty good detail, and for people who say, oh, it's part of the tree, it's a porcupine. I mean, realistically, hey, if that's what you see, that's what you see. But like for people who, you know, I don't know, are serious, you should be able to see something a little bit more than pareidolia. This is a better picture than a lot of the crap that has red circles on it. I mean, that right there, you can tell something's there. It's not pareidolia. It's not pixelization of a bush. I can go take a picture of a bush outside and then post it in some groups, and people will point out Sasquatch faces all day. But that right there is not that, and that's clearly a physical object in the picture. All right, so we're gonna talk about some tracks and stuff now. So we'll throw up some of these, and these are from a solo trip I did, and actually camped out, but followed a trackway in the marshy swamp area, and the very interesting about this is I have video of there's like I think it's a 10 or 15-foot gap between the tracks in one spot, and then in another spot there's another gap, and again I eventually kind of lose it because it doesn't walk in a straight line and stuff. It's and they cross over things that it's very difficult for a person wearing muck boots and kind of not super deep. It's not like above the muck boots, but pretty strenuous and stuff to be able to navigate and to get around a bush and stuff and around things, whereas they are going up and over things. But as you can see, it's pretty uniformly based, and I was able to track it for a while. So I got video of that. Got that coming out. I could show that, I guess, on here, but that's not scheduled for today's program. But wanted to show you a clip, and these were posted as stuff. These are old and stuff. A year ago, actually, September, a year ago, got these. Very interesting. And it correlates. There's one that shows. I can't really see because on my phone and the way it shows, I can see comments and everything else. So you don't have a full screen, but I believe on one of them it shows a little bit more detail where you can kind of see that it's not boot, it's not tread marks or anything like that. And this is the middle of a marshy swamp area. It's not technically a swamp. I would say more of a marsh because of all the grass, and it's just flooded. But the one thing about tracking Sasquatch, people are always like, "Why don't you just follow the tracks?" Well, I try. You try. You can. You follow, and then they all of a sudden they start going in weird directions, and you don't exactly know what direction it went because the tracks stop. And it doesn't disappear into a portal. It just changes direction. It might jump up onto a tree, climb up the tree, go somewhere else. It might jump onto a log. It might turn around, go somewhere else. And what I found is, they could there's gaps. There's 15-foot gaps in between trackways that I've tracked in winter and with a juvenile. I think it was more 10 to 15, and then that one, same thing. I don't think we had the winter tracks up here, but next show I'll show those winter tracks. We've showed them on here before, but there's like a 15-foot gap, and I've shown where it lands, and there's two feet in a position where it lands like a human would. Not four-legged animals, nothing like that. And it's very interesting that we've found different stuff in different places showing this gap in the trackway where they're jumping for whatever reason, and it's hard to find the track once they jump. Sometimes they don't land making a huge splash. They land very softly, and sometimes they're on all fours, and when they go on all fours with their knuckles, they're not always like walking perfectly like this. They're sometimes crunching and doing different stuff with their hands and their feet too. So the foot, especially on all fours, it's not like it's going to be a flat foot and stuff. Sometimes they have that heel bent up and stuff, and they're walking kind of basically like a tippy toes with the ball of the foot. And so the track picks up differently, and it's not easy, to go from that, which looks like a humanoid foot print shape, to half that size. Now it's starting to look, especially in that swampy flooded area, now it starts to look like it could be any other animal, because it's just a hole that's stuck into the ground. It's half the size of the footprint. The footprint's easy to track, because you could tell, oh wow, this is different. It's not just a regular animal. They just made a hole coming through here. It's kind of hard to explain. Maybe you guys understand. I should have video to explain it a little bit better, of maybe different tracks in the marsh environment. So yeah, we have got a number of tracks. Of course, we got our most recent tracks and stuff that we got is this. So this is a handprint of a thumb and 2 digits, and this would be a left hand thumb and 2 digits. Pretty plainly, pretty interesting. You see the size right there by the dollar bill. Those are some pretty thick fingers and stuff. Definitely a lot wider than a normal human by far. And very, very interesting stuff. This is and this is really basic. If you don't have any tape measure stuff, whip out a dollar bill, try to get it as straight as possible, and you can roughly estimate the measurements of it and stuff. Very interesting detail, and a lot of these impressions and stuff, they were just one-off impressions, just one-off track like this, just a one-off track, and very interesting stuff. We've gone over and explained all of those in great detail. When it first happened. You should watch that show for the full analysis on the background story and all that, because it took a whole show basically to really explain everything, to go into detail. All right, that is it for what I have on the phone. We'll switch over and show you some more videos and some audio and stuff. So we are going to see if this works. Should work. Hopefully the audio is going to be fixed to where it will play internally. And so like my girlfriend walks in and says, "Hey, I need to talk to you." You won't be able to hear her say that, but you'll be able to hear the audio, and you'll I can talk to you guys, no problem. If not, then we'll just do what we need to do. You guys will be able to hear everything and see everything, no problem. So, so yeah, we got some audio lined up, and we're gonna check out some spectrograms, so we can show you guys a little bit of what the sounds look like. And I was going to, I don't think it's not ready, but maybe the next show or one of these shows, I was gonna have well, but by then I'll look through it. But I was gonna go and look through never before checked audio that I haven't gone through and checked yet, and we were gonna go and check it together on here. Who knows? I don't know what's on there. It could be nothing. Could be something. So I think that would be pretty interesting. I could even wait and push it back a week to see what's on there. And I actually have more audio that it's either it's having issues or I just need a better cord, or I don't know. I'm actually going to use a different device and try to get audio I have on there from our last camp out, last 2 campouts or something. All right, so we get on here, we get this rolling. All right. And yeah, so I'm excited. And so we'll go and check out that audio and some of this other audio, probably together and stuff. I don't think there's I know in the older stuff there was a lot more swearing and a lot more stuff that I'd have to be, careful about trying to do live, but these ones, there's nothing like that. All right, so I'm going to get this on here. I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to show, and then I'm going to test around with the sound and see if it works the way I want it to work or not. And then we'll go from there, and we'll start going through some audio, and then we'll probably got some videos I think we can check out, and we could surf online, watch other people's stuff, give my opinions on that. It might there's a lot of things running, there's a lot of things going on, so hopefully it buffers out everything for you guys. So okay. All right. So I will be right back. All right, I just want to see see if this works. All right, sorry about that. Give me a second to do this. All right. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me in chat. Obviously, you guys can hear me right now because I'm the host. But when my mic goes off, I should be able to be talking on the other one. So I'm going to start talking right after this. So let me know if you guys can hear me or not. All right, I'm going to try one last little thing. See, I thought my headphones would be able to. Yeah. All right, now you should be able to. All right, can you guys hear me now? Sounds like you guys can. All right. All right. So I guess that's not working the way I thought it was gonna work, but that's okay, because we are going to. Yeah, the volume's lower because I'm using the computer mic on the one side. Anyways,
Hopefully you guys can be able to pick up these sounds, but all right, we're just gonna get down and get right to it. So I guess I have to figure this out a little bit more. All right, so we'll get started on this. On this audio file and stuff. So this is basically a popping noise. We'll play it and then we'll show kind of show some things. So let's see how it's gonna play. All right, let me know how can you hear that low volume. Let me know. That one might be a little low for you guys to hear. Okay, we're not gonna play that one. Play some other one. All right, just let me know if you guys can hear this or not. Might have to switch over and play some different stuff.
All right, so let me know if are you guys hearing the audio tracks play or not? Because if you guys can't hear it, I can boost it, but I don't want to blow your guys' eardrums off. I know when I speak, the volume is low. So just let me know if you guys can hear the audio clips playing.
All right. So if you guys can't hear, then basically we're going to change. We're going to amplify everything. This is going to change obviously the way it looks. So hopefully it doesn't blow you guys' eardrums. We'll go slowly.
Is that? Are you hearing that? What does it sound like to you?
Like walking.
Alright, a lot better now. Alright, but I'm going to be prepared. This is double the boosted amplification, so it might be a little bit louder. I just want to I want to see how loud is too loud, I guess.
Is that? Are you hearing that?
Is that too loud for you guys? Or is that okay? I know it's a lot of background, but basically right here, if you guys can see, everything else is anyways, yeah, this little spot right here, that is the hiss sound right here. I think I can, 1 second.
Is that?
So we'll mess around with it, but basically it's in there. It's kind of hidden. You can't really see it on the spectrogram. You can see a little cloud change, basically the changing of all this pixelization in color. They changed a lot of this stuff. I can't even. Everything's different. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Is that?
So you can kind of see it right here when I zoom it out. Oh, too far. A little too far. And basically, you see this little, like, see how this is all, like, this stretch right here is all straight. There's nothing going on really in it. Then you have this color, this little faint color. That's a loud sound. This background, this color right here, that's a soft sound. So right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but is where that hiss is, and it's barely registering it. Right there, in between those lines. Sorry, I'll get a better one. I was hoping this would work out a little bit better, but yeah, careful. I'm about to adjust the audio on this stuff, so.
Get everything on audio, so we've got your encounter basically on audio. Yeah. Audio.
Alright, so we're going to amplify this a little bit so you guys can hear it.
Get everything on audio, so we've got your encounter basically on audio. Yeah. Audio.
Right up in there. So I'll go ahead and amplify that one more time for you guys. Because that is hard to hear. That is what's hidden. And if you can see right here between these loud voices, you see this little ridge right here, this spike right there. That is the movement of a Sasquatch next to us. You hear that crashing sound? I'll try to boost it up again one more time. So hopefully you guys can hear that.
Audio. Yeah. Holy shit.
And it's very slight, very low. I mean, it's, I don't know, maybe you guys can hear it or not, but it is hard to pick up and it's hard to work with. It's in the background, but there is definitely something there, and it's in response to the stuff that we were doing. We got quite a few responses off this, actually, but this is some slight walking or movement that we kept hearing following us and stuff in response.
Get everything on audio, so we've got your encounter basically on audio. Yeah.
All right, so we'll get let's see. Did we do this one yet? No, this is the one that. Amplify it for you guys so you guys can hear it, and then we'll try to amplify it more to actually hear the sound. So basically, this is kind of like what we do. You can view it in a few different ways. This is a spectrogram. You can have a waveform, which is how I used to kind of do it, and see, so you can see different spikes, and you can zoom in. And see the wave form of stuff, and see how that different sounds and stuff. So you can go along this and read it and pick it up, of course, what different sounds, loud sounds and all that. But the spectrogram makes it a little bit easier and to pick up background noises and hidden noises. sometimes the color will pick up differently.
Left side.
All right, we got 2 pops here. So run right here, and you see this little line going down, right? That little line on the left of the cursor, you see it right down right here. See that? That is a popping noise, slightly hidden on the lower end, whereas this one, which I hear on I say the left side, is a little bit higher on the spectrum. So listen to this pop noise. I'll probably amplify it for you guys more. And then right here, listen to this. I don't know. Can you guys hear this right now? I know John can. He has his headphones. If you guys have headphones that can adjust the volume, you guys will easily hear this stuff. Well, there's a small popping or a popping noise, we think, because we're down in this creek bottom. And it's not a tree knot, because we think it's like lip popping or something. And then right here,
Left side.
is a clicking popping noise.
Left side. Left side.
So as you guys can see, it actually does pick it up fairly. It picks it up on the spectrogram a lot easier, where you can see it compared to the audio, even listening to it, or viewing it from waveform. So the waveform picks up these knocks too, and you can see the spike down here, and then over here you see the spike up there. Slight tapping noises. So sometimes I like to view it the other way, and then I like to see it this way for background. Then we usually go and actually listen to every single thing, and it's a very long process. I mean, you're talking, hours and hours and hours of audio work. See, now this is really boosted. That might be too much. So be prepared. Don't want to blow you guys' eardrums off right now, okay? So, yep. So that's not going to work. So obviously, when you amplify stuff and you adjust the volume and enhance it, you can only do so much before it just ruins it or even distorts the sound into something else. So you always have to be careful of doing that. But with the louder the sound, the better quality of sound, you can adjust it more. But that is it. So these were pops and creaks that we're getting. In the middle of the creek bottom. This is part of the Allegan County investigations, part 1 and part 2.
Getting everything on audio, so we've got your encounter basically on audio. Yeah. Holy shit.
so we got some interesting sounds we're about to play up here. The one after this is very interesting. I think you guys are going to find interesting. I'm glad you guys could hear some of this stuff. You guys aren't going to be hearing this one though. It's pretty low, and I was just trying to show you the stuff that we got. You know, the audio evidence, visual, so you can see visually what the audio evidence looks like on the spectrogram. And this is stuff I haven't shown before. I haven't made videos on it, nothing like that. It's kind of what these live shows are about, little exclusive content that you have to, you know, get an hour into the program to be able to see. So we'll adjust that a little bit. I usually like to do it by that much. And as you guys can see, we got a bunch of little stuff right here. All these little different lines or stuff, and then so let's play it and we'll figure out where that sound's at. Alright, those two tapping noises. So we got one right here, left side cursor, and then one right here, left side of the cursor. So let's play it again if you guys can hear it. So we'll play it again, left side of that cursor right there. Left side of the cursor. So yeah, as you guys can see, it shows up. And it's close by us. This, you know, these are popping noises, I believe, from their mouths. These are very close. They are very close to us. And in fact, they're so close, and they're it freaks. You know, it's intimidating stuff. It freaks the other researcher out a lot more than it did me. But oh, do I? I got to look real quick. I gotta download one more audio thing on here that you guys are gonna find awesome. So a lot of this is Allegan County audio because of the close proximity. If you guys had watched the expedition, the part 1 and part 2, there's a lot of close interaction that we have. We chase after them a little bit. At 2 different times, we actually go in after them. We get responses while these popping, the clicking. I get responses from my Native American with brushing of the ground. The second night when we were in this creek bottom, that's when we were getting this hissing sound, these popping sounds, this boulder thrown into the creek, and the stuff that we just heard, these different popping and clicking noises at different spots in time. And different time spots around us too. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. All right. Before I play that, I'm going to.
All right, sorry about the setup and everything like that. It's just how it is right now. But I am going to download that other audio clip real quick because it pertains to all the other files, and then we'll go through the we have three to go through. I'm sorry, it's kind of slow and stuff, and it's not streamlined. I'm just first time doing this live, and yeah, so I'm not a professional Hollywood quality studio or anything here, but we try to have fun, try to do this, and try to make it enjoyable for you guys. So that's what we are going to be trying to do. And explain the evidence that we got and show you guys visually and stuff, because I think that helps. Like John said here, the graph also confirms you heard something with Spike showing. It helps you guys see a little bit better and probably understand. And I like, we're not trying to like boast about, the evidence and stuff that we got. It's just, sometimes I feel like sometimes, some of this stuff, especially our older stuff, doesn't get talked about as much, and sometimes we should kind of recirculate it and go through it and talk about it a little bit more. Because this is all valuable stuff, in my opinion. To me, it is. This is our data, and this is evidence that we kind of are having showing, and hopefully, in the long run, we will have more to help correlate and show the interactions that we're getting, and that we're not just out there LARPing, make-believing stuff that's not happening. Clearly stuff is going on. We're not out there, in fantasy world, trying to make up Sasquatch and fake and hoax you guys, like people actually do out there. Okay. Look for over here. So here it is. All right, I believe the file's in here. So get showing this. Yeah, we just I don't know, man. I just go out there and try to get the evidence. That's it. We're having interaction. We're having a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff happening, and we're trying to just get the evidence for you guys to see, to show that we're not bullshitting you guys, honestly, because I see a lot of it out there, and it doesn't sit well with me, because I know we're out here, my team members are out here trying to do the real work, sweating, busting our butts off, actually close to Sasquatch, experiencing fear, because we're actually next to 1,000-pound animals that can chuck rocks and kill us, and do anything that they want to us. Here it is. And in this example, we'll show you why, and it's going to be clear example why you don't mess with these things. You know, you don't. You don't mess with them. You don't harass them. You don't go after them and stuff. They will mess with you. And I think we've been lucky to interact with good ones, mild tempered ones, some curious ones, some understanding ones, some good sports. But I have been yelled at by a Sasquatch, and that situation, which I've told a few times, being yelled at by a Sasquatch because I shot my gun off in the middle of the night at a possum. I was coyote hunting. He yelled at me like a man. I thought it was the neighbor, and when they came close, you know, the female and him were bickering and stuff. Long story short, I did get scared. You know, when they went quiet, and I knew they were creeping up next to me, because I didn't know what he was going to do. I mean, you know, he was yelling at me, not, you know, for a Sasquatch to just straight up just out in the open start screaming at you, letting you know that you messed up. You know, he could take it to that's a whole nother level. You know, they're not gonna be hidden away. It doesn't matter. He could start throwing things at you. He could start vandalizing the property around you. He could start, you know what, taking your pets because now you know what, you made him mad. So all those cats and stuff that you have around your house that they don't mess with because they don't want to mess with you guys and your that household. Well, now you pissed them off. Now that cat is breakfast. You know, now all of a sudden it's not going to tolerate certain things. And that is not a place you want to be. That is very, can be scary. It was scary. All right, so we got this back in action. We're going to get playing the audio again, switch on over. All right.
All right. Okay, so we'll do this. Get this going. All right, so we amplify this. We'll play it, and we'll try to hear this response. I might not have amplified it. No, I did. Oh.
Oh, show. Juno. Minister Sabe.
So once again, you guys can clearly see on the left of the cursor right here the popping noise in response to the Native American greeting that I did. And I did it very unexpectedly because I scared the person I was with, but that response was directly after. And it was kind of confirmation to me in a little bit that maybe they understood possibly the language or knew it was Native American language. I'm not confirmed yet if they actually understand what I'm saying to them in Native American. But from these clips and from the Allegan County expedition, part 2 and part 1, they respond after the Native American phrases that I speak. So we'll check it again and
Oh, show.
here
Juno.
on the left.
Minister Sabe.
So again, right there, left of the cursor. Pop. Pop, pop, pop. You know, it's funny is because that they were close. I mean, they were close the first night. We actually chased after them. This was after the 168 in Florida, and when I caught that red eye shine, I didn't go after it, and it kind of didn't sit well with me, and it kind of got some flack by some people who, well, let's face it, weren't even in that situation. Haven't been in those situations. I decided to go, next time I'm going to chase after them and stuff. And so we did. And they just ran away from us, and they were a good sport. But after that, when we got closer to the one, these are the responses that we started to get. And I think I got... So one more of the Allegan County audio. Sorry about that. The microphone's right there. Can't see the computer when I need to do. A lot bigger for you guys. We'll play it. Let me amplify it. I don't think this one really does, but we'll see. So this is the one where the boulder gets thrown into the creek. This is after all the popping noises. This is after the hiss noise. This is after. After the response to the Native American when we were in the creek bottom. The one that we just heard, that response from the Native American. That was the first night. Earlier in the show, we played one with the response, and we were in the creek bottom. So we played 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be the 5th clip of audio where we're actually in the creek bottom, in this little island, swamp island, and this creek bottom with ridges and sides that extend down like this, and it flattens out to this creek bottom. So we're on this creek bottom, and on these really slick slope walls, and they're right next to us. There's nowhere for us to run. We're not getting out of there anywhere fast. And so we got all these responses right in this creek bottom, right next to us. So I'm going to amplify this so you guys can see, and you guys can see it right here. This massive splash, how it picks up and registers it. So right here, left of the cursor.
Yeah.
massive splash right here.
Oh my god, did you hear that? Yeah.
So that was when
Oh my god, did you hear that? Yeah. Something just got thrown into the water. Yeah.
yeah, that was a very intense moment where we actually I knew instantly like that could have been us. That would have hit me or me and him would have been like a bowling ball with some bowling ball pins, and it would have just been a strike. That's power. That's proof of something being thrown while we're in this creek bottom that scares the other researcher a lot. I mean, enough. You can hear the panic in his voice a little bit.
Oh my god, did you hear that? Yeah. Something just got thrown into the water. Yeah.
Because it's an intense situation, no doubt. On top of everything else, that was it, and there was other things going on at our camp. We think one of the former members was playing a radio way too loud. He wasn't listening to us. Wasn't listening to other people, and was annoying the Sasquatch because they threw stuff at the truck and. We got the vibe that they didn't like it. I mean, we didn't like it. Honestly, me and him expressed out there that we didn't like it, the music, because it was taken away from the audio that we were capturing. Like we're actually experiencing this stuff and trying to capture audio, and you have some drunk guy at camp blaring music, and we're trying to tell him repeatedly, hey, we're trying to get audio. Hey, you're messing it up, and you don't listen to us. I mean, come on, we're out there doing the work, not sitting in the truck. But they actually threw something at the truck and didn't seem like they liked that music. I don't know if they picked up on that we didn't like it either. I don't know. A lot of speculation, but we had me being the other researcher at the creek bottoms. We had a pretty good interaction. I mean, it was intense, but it wasn't negative. We actually didn't have anything thrown at us and hit us, or anything close by us at our feet. That splash in that creek, the radio was going on and stuff at times, and I just think that it was a display of power. Of hey, you guys, this is what we can do. Don't be messing around, because we're in charge down here. And that's just straight up how it is. I have my gun on me, we have all this interaction. It never leaves my shoulder. I never take it off. I never display it in any way. And yet we had all these responses, and they were very close. It's almost like the gun didn't really matter. Maybe they picked up that I wasn't going to shoot them and things like that. I think the person who had the radio loud, if they had a gun out there, I don't think we would have had the same responses. They wouldn't have been close to us. It could have been a very dangerous situation for that person. And that's why you want to make sure you're well-mannered inside their home and stuff. You don't want to disrespect them, and you might not know that you disrespected them. Like when I shot the possum when I was coyote hunting, I was shooting the possum that was getting into the garbage. Unknowingly, I pissed off the Sasquatch that was, I don't know, hunting maybe. I had crossed a line that I didn't even know was drawn in the sand. And that's a very dangerous situation when you don't even know the lines that are drawn to where you're not supposed to cross that. And that could be very dangerous. You gotta always remember that when you're out there and you're going after these creatures, you're following them, you're looking at tracks, you're looking at evidence, that you remember to be respectful. You know that the seven teachings, right? The fourth teaching of honesty and Sabe being the representation. I'll play that again for you guys who are just tuning in and didn't get to see it earlier. Honesty and stuff comes, respect and stuff, and you but be honest about yourself when you're out there facing these things, because and they seem like they pick up on stuff. Most definitely. And they would just do it. They wouldn't let you know. Like, they were letting us know they were around. They were making these noises close by. And even though that's intimidating, I felt like that was a good sign, because if they were aggressive and intentionally gonna hurt us, they would not make any noises to let us know, hey, I'm right behind this bush. Because literally some of these noises were right behind a bush. And an animal like that's not gonna, a Sasquatch, intelligent animal, is not gonna do something behind a bush so I can point my gun at it and shoot it, or at least know where it's at. It's gonna sneak around, it's gonna be stealthy, it's gonna make sure that I don't know wherever it's at. I have no clue, so they don't have that gun pointed at them. So by them making noises, by them alerting to their positions, to me, I almost felt like it was kind of a sign of respect in a little bit of way. Letting their guard down, letting the safety net down a little bit, saying, hey, I'm over here. Maybe trusting me in a way that I'm going to let you know where my position's at. You have a gun, are you going to use it or are you not? And, no, this is in Michigan. This is all in Michigan. By letting me know, hey, I'm right here behind this bush. It's almost like a dog when like a dog kind of shows you its throat to another dog. It's like, here, I'm open for an attack, but yet I'm kind of trusting you. See what you're gonna do in a way. Kind of like that. Maybe completely. I could be completely wrong. I have no idea. It's all speculation. Because I think about this all the time in these situations. It's like, I only know from my perspective what I think is going on. But what were they, in their perspective, what were they thinking? What were they doing? What was their intentions? What were their thoughts? What were they trying to do in that situation? And I just don't understand. I don't know. I try to speculate a lot, and it just points to a very intelligent, organized creature with high intelligence and strategic tactics. It's not a dumb animal. It's a very intelligent animal. I think it's an emotional animal. It understands emotions. It displays emotions. It has curiosity. It can be angry when that female and the male were fighting or bickering. It sounded like a married couple. It sounded like a married couple bickering and stuff. And basically, in human terms, it was like, I bumped into this guy at a bar, and now he's gonna go teach me a lesson. And his wife was like, no, John, don't do that, John. He has a gun, John. Please don't start up anything, John. We don't do this. As they're making their way towards me, this guy, she's all bickering back and forth, like a human would. Like, I'm gonna go show him a lesson. No, I'm gonna teach him. You get out of my way. And it was very human-like, very human emotion. I thought it was the neighbor. I thought it was a man who I noticed wasn't speaking English, was speaking caveman gibberish. And that's a very emotional creature and very human-like. I thought it was a person. And when they were speaking, samurai chatter, it was mumbling caveman talk, basically. It wasn't animal grunts and growls, and it was an actual communication language, back and forth, like a human would, even though you can't understand it. You can understand that it's a uniform language that they understood each other. So. Nice. Want to be yeah, that's is that over by Harson Island and stuff? Harson's Island. Oh, you'd be on the other side. That's Lake St. Clair, so you'd be. Yeah, are you over in that section over by Detroit and stuff, or you go over by? I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know. Great Bend, where that's at, but I'm gonna play this the video of the 7 teachings, the 4th teaching of the Ojibwe here in Michigan and Canada. You can watch the full clip on the YouTube video on our YouTube channel. It's a little bit older of a video, so you gotta scroll back.
And the 4th teaching that we were given was a teaching of honesty that was represented by the one they call Sabe or Bigfoot. Honesty to our people meant that you learn to speak from your heart. Get out of your head, get out of your mind, because your mind is gonna lead you many times the opposite of what the heart is trying to express. To be honest is to be able to be true to your word. So that Sabe was always there to offer that inspiration, in being honest. How to be honest. Now that's a good one, that one. I remember growing up, and the elders, whenever they agreed to something, they would shake their hand and say, yeah, it'll be done. They didn't need to write on paper, on any agreement or contract. Their contract was their heart, because the truth was spoken from their heart. And the old people would always say, is that you learn to speak from the heart.
All right. So yeah, as you guys can see, you better be respectful of their home. You better have honesty within your heart about yourself, because I think they might be able to pick that up and read you and understand you, your mannerisms, your facial expressions, if you're happy, sad, mad, or displaced, and maybe pick up that instinctively, blah blah, like a dog, like cats and like other animals can pick up, like when you're sad and you're depressed or things like that, without understanding your language and things like that. Dogs and cats especially have been domesticated to fully understand facial expressions. And dogs can understand, depending on what breed, over 200 words. Some dog species can learn over 200 commands and words and understanding and meanings. Also, your facial expressions, your hand movements, pointing and stuff, and understanding and correlation of words and meanings and stuff. So a higher primate with a higher intelligence, closer to humans, should especially if they evolve to avoid humans and to learn and read us to at all costs when we're in the woods, to study us, to be better understanding of, oh, this person's mad. He's going to be more aggressive than these happy people, or this person's sad, and maybe they understand that, things like that. Getting feedback.
All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm using this system, and it was displaying one thing, and it was wrong, and so I started using the other mic, and then all of a sudden it's not doing it. So okay. All right, so we got this last one that we're going to show on the audio spectrum, and this one's pretty interesting. I don't think we'll be able to see exactly where it's at on here, but you'll be able to hear it. There's a lot of muffled things going on here.
Did you guys hear that? There was a response to that where it sounded like I don't know what it was though.
So we got two responses here that we're gonna check out, and honestly, this first one I always thought was a coyote, but the second one is definitely not. It's definitely something else, and it's very interesting. So let me make this bigger for you guys. So you hear it right there. It sounds like a coyote. Are you guys able to hear that? Yeah, you might have a hard time hearing me on this audio because I'm using the computer mic, stuff like that. I actually can't see the spectrogram. Yeah, see, that first one sounds like a coyote. 100%, I would say. Any day of the week. But the second one, which
It sounded like I don't know what it was though.
this is the response right here. You see it, those three dots right there. That is very odd. And you hear it, it's three dots, and then you see this one that goes to the bottom. That is a little howl. It goes boop, 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 woo. If you guys are having trouble, I will amplify it real quick. And I think it's a very spectacular noise. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's very squatchy. Everything I've looked at doesn't in Michigan doesn't make that noise. There's some birds and a lot of birds that can make noises and stuff like that. Different parts of the world, like South America and Africa, they can make noises, stuff like that. but they don't usually make a howl afterwards either. So you can't see the spectrogram here as good, but you can hear it better. So you can see those 3 dots right there, and then this whoop right there that's lower than these 3 boop boop boops. So, you know, I don't know. You got a coyote call response right here after the first call. Then you have this response after the second call. And this all happens in, you know, within 40 seconds.
Oh. Did you guys hear that? There was a response that way. It sounded like, I don't know what it was though.
Yeah, very interesting stuff.
Sorry about that echo and stuff. I still gotta get the hang of this switching out and everything. I gotta figure out to put the basically plug my headphones in, be able to talk with you guys on the computer while showing this. See, I'm not using StreamYard on here, and when I use StreamYard on the computer to host and try to share these clips, like I should be able to, it doesn't work for me. It totally messes up, and it's not the internet, it's not the Wi-Fi, it's not the computer. It just won't work for me, right? So I have to basically screen record, display capture, and then turn that into my camera. So when I like put this as like, oh, my camera should be working, it's actually displaying my screen. And then I'm going on to all these files and showing you guys that way and playing it through the speakers, which the speakers are loud enough to be picked up by the microphone and stuff. But I want to be able to do that all internally, plug my mic in, my headphones in. When I play the audio from the computer and show the files, you should be able to hear it and see it at the same time and have me be able to speak at the same time. But right now, this is the way we do it, and it's working good enough right now. But yeah, so that's why they got the echo, because if I turn this mic on and I have the volume on the computer and don't have everything, blah, 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 it creates this crazy loophole that goes over and over and over and over again. So that was some of the audio that we have captured in the expedition to Allegan County Part 1 and Part 2. You guys can watch that video and see what we did during the day and see the videos that we shot at
during the nighttime. You can see how we actually chase after the creatures, and you can see and experience a little bit more than what we showed today in those clips on those videos. So, because that's what we do at the Lost Cryptids Conservatory. That's what I do. I take people out and we lead them, and we try to get interaction and try to get close to them and safely do it, and safely try to get interactions recorded on audio and on film for you guys to see. And we're not doing anything special out there, honestly. We're just going out there with the camera, and maybe I do a little bit of Native American stuff. I got a beard and stuff, and I'm respectful to the woods. But I mean, honestly, there ain't really nothing special, right? That's not special. Anyone can learn how to speak Native American language in their state or a tribe in their area. Just go online and look. Anyone can be respectful to the woods, can be respectful to them. So it's not like we have some magic potion that we're drinking. We just go out there and we put the work in. And you guys might see a lot of evidence coming from us. I know I've got the comment. Some people have said, well, how can you get all this stuff this last couple of years, more than people, spend 20 years out there? And I don't know. I just do the work. You can watch the videos. We take it seriously. We go out there, we don't sit at camp all night and, wonder if things are happening or not. We go in the woods. Things are happening. We like to, okay, when things are happening, let's move 100 yards this way. If things keep following us, it's probably not a porcupine. It's probably not a deer, right? We try to get audio and stuff on everything captured on video and stuff. A lot of that stuff, all this evidence, a lot of this evidence that you've seen and you hear, 99% of all the stuff, if I wasn't filming and if I didn't have the camera running or the audio going or anything, it would not have been captured. No one else runs anything. No one else ran anything. So yeah, there's a lot, and a lot of the stuff that you don't see is a lot of the times that I go out and nothing happens at all. And there's, what's the point of showing you guys there's nothing that happens? I could make a whole hour-long video and documentary and fluff it up with speaking about whatever, and there's nothing that happens. There's no evidence in it. I don't make documentaries. I go out there and try to get evidence and present it to you guys. And if there's evidence and stuff that happens along the way, and it can be, turned into a 45-minute thing, then because you guys want to see us out there and you guys actually want to know what we're doing, then yeah. But just to go out there and film a nothing burger and make it dramatic and try to turn it into something, that's not what we do. I mean, I would say, we'll go out here and try to show you guys something and have a video on that. But when we get stuff, and we get a lot of stuff, you can watch some of the bigger expedition videos. There's a lot of evidence included into those. But a lot of the stuff you don't see is things that don't happen. It's when we're out there, nothing happens at all. Overnight, nothing happens on our hikes, on our expeditions, or when we're swamp walking, getting wet, blistered, losing my big boy knife and stuff out there, uneventful things that I don't save on my computer. I have very limited space. On all the hard drives and everything, it adds up. And I have saved expeditions and evidence, full audio, full clips of stuff. That's more important than something that nothing happens out there. So I'm not going to save that on my computer, and that takes up space, and I got to make the choice of deleting what and saving what. So a lot of that just doesn't get shown, doesn't get saved because it's not important. And usually after expeditions, there's 4 hours worth of video and 24 hours worth of audio, because I usually 12 hours worth of audio to go through. And we shoot it on wave format, and it makes a lot of gigs on for an audio file. You know, you can have several gig audio file in the wave format, but because we want the highest quality ever, and if you want the highest quality on some of that stuff, it takes up space on your computer. So it just becomes a game of, you know, what's more important to save in the long term, and you know, what do I need to work on to show you guys, you know, that's important. So that's why you guys don't see a lot of videos coming out of us doing nothing, because there's no point to it, and it's a waste of my space and time on here to do that. So yeah, I think so we about 2 hours in. That's not too bad. We got through all that pretty fast. So let me go look at some video we could watch. Actually, we'll watch. Yeah, this will work. We'll watch Allegan County Part 2. Since we've been talking about it mostly, and the audio has been coming from there, we'll show a little bit from the expedition about it, and you guys heard all the audio, basically all the main audio points. So on the video, it'd be pretty much pitch black and stuff, because you're not gonna be able to see much, because we're shooting. I'm shooting with the GoPro. We have headlamps and stuff, but sometimes we don't have the headlamps on. The GoPro doesn't work that well at nighttime. But we'll show some clips and show you the terrain and some stuff for a little longer. Then we'll jump off. But we're doing the Bigfoot conference, the Michigan Bigfoot and Dogman conference here next year, and so we're hoping to get all you guys' support and stuff, and to join and come and experience the discussion and learn a little bit, and hopefully have a good time. And then also with those who I think are a good suit for going out with us, we would like to invite some of those people out to go bigfooting on a little camp out expedition with us in a very active spot here in Michigan. It's an open invitation, but I got to check the vibe, and if the vibe don't check well with me, I'm sorry, but you're just not going to go, because I do trust my gut instincts, and it's been right about people. It's been wrong about people, but I have learned to trust it, and it's paid me. Find this. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna cut back over.
All right. All right, so we'll start playing this a little bit. That'd be. Oh yeah, right here. This is pretty interesting.
Just deep all the way down, and then level out when you get close to the river. It's pretty deep. I don't know. Deep. It looks like it bombs out. It looks like the side bombs right into the.
So right, I'll. Man, I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. I'm so dumb sometimes. comes to this. I could have made this so much easier for you guys to see that spectrogram earlier. I apologize for that. I had too much things going on at once that I didn't pay attention enough to make it full screen for you guys. So I do apologize for that. That will not happen next time. That is really horrible for you guys. I don't know if you guys can be able to see that or not. What went on? It just muted me and stuff. I don't know. Alright, so can you guys see this okay? Is it buffering? Is it really, really bad, crappy quality? Because if it is, I'm not going to play it. Is it buffering super slow? Can you guys actually see anything? Or is it just completely like shot on a cell phone? I lost you. You mean, can you guys see anything at all? That's very weird. As you guys can see, it keeps muting me, but I'm not hitting the button to mute or anything. So right there's Val Savala in the orange, the gumshoe guy himself.
So you were here and stepped off this direction, John? Actually, what started here, this is where me and Blake were standing. Because we were hearing stuff. And, I was sitting here stomping. I did that. You can see Blake came over here and started breaking the limbs off the trees, kind of doing an intimidation kind of thing. Kind of what you were grunting and I did everything. They did everything, and then over here we hear this, and then it stops, like it was trying to let us know it knew we were. Yeah, maybe 40 yards that way. Somewhere that 30 yards. And I know we sat and listened. After that, nothing else happened. So we're like, all right, let's see if it follows us. So we start walking this way. Over here. Before I get to this part, the moon was out. You could see the moon coming through the trees. You could see the moon coming through the trail. So I happened to look back. This was black, completely black. And as I'm walking over there, I'm doing this, and I look back, and then I kind of do a double take because I'm like, wait a minute, it shouldn't be that dark. Well, when I did that double take, this is what happens. Moonlight comes back through. I see an arm. Yeah. Body, arm, all of this was blocked out. Yeah. That's all I could make out. I couldn't make out, eyes, anything. Something was there. Yeah. Yep. It was pretty dang tall. And me and Blake and Tyler walked over here. We're seeing pretty big prints in the leaves going towards the impressions. Yeah, impressions. I don't want to say prints, but they were pretty deep in the leaves. I looked to see if there was any hair, and I didn't really see anything. No. What is this up here? Looks like spider web. Does that look like a spider web to you? Yeah, that's spider web. Definitely spider web. But yeah, I didn't see any hair. And if it was 8 or 9 foot tall, it would probably pull off somebody's branches. Like I thought I seen one on the path here. Well, that's what I'm saying. It would have been like maybe right here. Like right here. Like this. Yeah. Something like that. You would see these on the ground. Just like if we were walking by this and touched it. Yeah, that's fragile. That would break easily. So, yeah. So it had to be kind of maybe here then. Yeah, somewhere in the open right there. Area. Yeah. But it blocked out all of the sunlight. Yeah. Like from top to bottom. Because, now look at here, man.
So as you can see, I like showing people telling their encounters because you can see the emotions, you can see expressions, you can see a lot more than just people just telling you from over the phone or on the radio or anything like that. So this was very fresh. This was the next day, and as you heard, the responses that we got was the stuff that we went through right here, which was right here. Right here.
Left side.
popping noise right there.
Oops.
And then, let's see. We had... Pop. No. Maybe. Nope, that was in the creek bottom. This one. Anyways, slight walking.
Get everything on audio, so we've got your encounter basically on audio. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
So that was right after his encounter, actually, right after, and there was another response showing. Not only do we have responses before he had an encounter, but we actually seen them afterwards. So we are good.
All right, I'm switching back over here now. Going to be shutting the show down here soon. Pretty much got everything shown that I wanted to show lined up for this show. So I'm pretty excited. I'm glad that this kind of format's working so far. I just got to figure out the audio, internal audio a little bit more, but it works now. So you guys can see everything and can visually see the audio that we put on the spectrogram and everything else. So I'm glad that the video portion works, because on my end, it was just totally crappy. But if you guys could see everything, it was not buffering, there was no issues at all, then great, because it means it works and stuff, which is very odd because I'm still using the internet and everything else, but StreamYard won't let me do it the right way that everyone else can do. So sometimes you got to beat the system. And let me figure out if I can show you anything real fast. I'm going to show that clip of the bear again, if you guys didn't see that earlier. Kick the other me out for a second. This particular bear, if you guys have never seen this picture, this is a picture of a bear, supposedly maybe Sasquatch related, maybe not. But as you can see, it is about 20 feet up in the air, impaled or stuck on a branch somehow. And it is definitely something that you don't see every day. So I'm gonna give credit to Val Savala again for having this and showing this in his Gumshoe Guys Michigan Bigfoot and Reports Facebook group. You find a lot of amazing information in that group, and Val is the person who took this picture in Waterloo, Michigan, a well-known hotspot here in Michigan. That dozens of research, dozens, actually thousands of people go every single year. But dozens of researchers go consistently, and yet the results vary. In fact, it's very hard to get Sasquatch evidence and stuff. And Waterloo is a very big hotspot. There's a lot of people that go there. There's a lot of tourists. There's a lot of people who would laugh at your face if you told them that Sasquatch is living there. They would laugh at you. But yet there's pictures like this. There's experiences. There's stories. We have a Waterloo expedition in which we got evidence and stuff of things going on, and we actually had interactions and stuff very close to camp. And I actually have audio I can play right now from that. That Waterloo expedition. So that's an older video you guys can watch. I think I have it. Yes. This might be it. This might not be it. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. So we played in the last show. Anyways, is this it? Nope. Basically, I have audio of me sleeping in the tent, and this tree crashes over, it gets pushed over, and the full clip. Yeah, I'm on my phone. You can hear me. I'm on my phone, and then I put the phone down and I pass out. My breathing changes, and then you hear the crashing and stuff. All right, here we are. So this is the crashing noise we got in Waterloo on our expedition out there. Okay, that's not it. That's definitely not it. So, I was gonna say something else. Oh, I hate that it happens. Yeah. So, yeah, Waterloo's just one spot. It's a pretty popular spot. Everyone pretty much goes there, knows about it. Val got really good, amazing evidence out of there. We've got some good evidence out of there. Actually, there's a couple videos where me and James are in Waterloo, and the multiple Bigfoot encounter escalation, and that multiple Bigfoot encounter series. Very early videos. Those are shot in Waterloo, in a secret spot in Waterloo. There's a lot of rock burial mounds in Waterloo that we find, rock piles. And there's rocks, random boulders of rocks that are placed on ridges and next to bodies of water that seem to lead to other bodies of water and rock piles and mounds, which is very interesting. Very interesting, actually. And there's a couple of videos on there you can watch. I was going to show something else. I was going to transition into something else, and then I got distracted with talking about Waterloo. And we usually don't talk about the places that we go. I mean, Waterloo is a pretty general area because it's 26,000 acres of. It's actually a recreational area. So you can go there, and a lot of people go there every single day and never been there in their entire lives and never experienced Sasquatch, and will laugh at you. But we have gone there several times and have experienced some odd things, and I know of a number of people who have too. But I think it just depends on the situation and the people and a number of factors. So, but anyways, we're gonna shut this stream down here shortly, soon, about five minutes, and next week's show we'll get a little bit more stuff that we'll show, and then we'll probably look into some other videos. I know I want to do a show showing hoaxes and videos that I think are fake and why I think they're fake, and videos that might be real, might not be real, who knows? But I like go over them and stuff and talked about. There's one specifically that I can't stand, and I'll show you why I believe it's a hoax. And it's it's a person in a suit, because what the movement of that creature does is a person, not of a fluid Sasquatch, in the way they move through the terrain. There's a lot of things that humans do, mannerisms and stuff, like when a person falls. How a person falls down in the woods is very uniformly across the board. Typically, all people kind of fall the same kind of way. We fall on our butts and stuff. If a Sasquatch falls down, I don't think it's going to fall the same way as a human would. And if it falls on the hill, going downhill and stuff, there's things that humans do that you can tell it's a person, and or not. So there's videos of people in suits that you can tell that it's a person in a suit, because it's the mannerism of the person. I'm getting distracted by my girlfriend. She's telling me to get to bed, but and so yeah, I'm glad that the other video camera works, the system works, where I can show you the audio, I can show you video, and we can look through audio too. We're gonna have another show where we'll probably have a whole show where we're gonna look at never before seen or checked out audio that I have. So it'll be brand new. If we find anything interesting, it'll be brand new to me, it'll be brand new to you. We can go through a little bit of the process, the beginning of, to see if we can find anything. I think that'll be pretty interesting. And maybe a little bit, might be something on there, might not. I don't know. I haven't checked. That's the fun part, is you just don't know. It could be a whole lot of nothing. Could be something. Oh, there was more. Oh man, I knew there was another audio that never got played because it's not on here set up, and I'll have to play it again on the other one. I'm gonna set it up real quick to play it. I was wondering why, I thought I had another one I was going to show, and I couldn't figure out where it was or what I was missing, but I just remembered it. So those who hung out the entire show, or those who come back and watch the entire show, this right here is a special moment where only you will be able to see. No one else will know about unless they get to this spot in this show. Okay. And this is a very weird sound that I forgot. And this comes from Tyler, I believe. This is one of his audios, and I can't remember if this is from October or some other month. I'll have to get back to confirm, but I'm pretty sure that this is Tyler's audio that he got. One of our team members. Open it. Good guy, good audio guy. He got some really awesome audio equipment that he can put out long-term duration and really good quality. Of course, it's not gonna want to work when I need it to work, but it's okay. Didn't do it. All right, here we go. And the funny thing about this, all right, so let me
All right. All right, so we're gonna do this last one. It's weird noise, and I do apologize that I did not put the solo layout earlier. I cannot believe that I let you guys down this way. I am so sorry. I was just so excited to show you guys this and go through everything. I just get going and I didn't notice that, hey, you probably can't see it as good as I want you to. I can't see. Alright, so as you can see, this right here is the weird sound. This is not something that's going to be hard to see. Hopefully you guys can hear it pretty good without any adjustment. Yeah. Didn't think you guys needed to turn the volume on that. So whatever that is, it's a very odd call that we got. It's almost like it echoes. Like this is it, and then it like echoes. And I honestly need to talk to Tyler about this a little bit more, but I was reviewing this today, and I think what's going on is possibly that the sound was made right next to it, and it echoed through the PVC pipe chamber because it's in a PVC pipe housing for waterproofing, and it has a like overhang, and then the microphones hang outside of it, so the microphones aren't like inside the tube at all. But what I'm guessing happened is that this sound was super close to the microphone and super close to the PVC body, that it echoed through the chamber and reverberated to the microphone again. That's why you have that echo. So I think it's just a single. I think that's the only sound that's actually happening, and the other thing's the echo. So whatever it is, it's pretty interesting. I don't know any other animals that are making this sound. And that is just a weird sound that Tyler captured out in the woods of Michigan. And this is along a series of wood knocks and other noises of a creature running next to the thing, and we actually got audio of something peeing right next to the audio recorder. So we'll play that next time for you guys, because right now we are going to be done.
Feeling. Turn my phone on and make this work smoothly without this echo and reverb. But I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I hope you guys, it was kind of maybe long and boring at sometimes. It's kind of hard to explain. But hopefully you guys could see the audio and next time I'll make sure it's a full screen. I probably have to go through all this again a little bit faster, but so you guys can see it. That we do have get evidence. We do have stuff that we can actually show you, that it's not just make believe bullcrap that we're fantasizing over, but this is actual legit physical stuff that we could show you on the spectrogram. You can hear it with your ears. You can watch it on video in real time, and you can see the person's expressions how his emotions of what they experience on camera. Be able to. And in some of the encounters and stuff, like me and Jason's, it's happening in real time that you can actually see us on. And now that we have, a nice night vision camera, should be able to film us. You guys be able to see everything and audio, and get them on the night vision camera. If you guys have seen the Jason Kenzie and my encounter, Jason's using a nice over $1,000 Sony 4K camera, but it's not a night vision camera. It can shoot in night vision, but it's not a night vision camera. This would be able to pick up whole body image, able to capture them no problem. So we're better prepared now, and in this situation with all this audio that we showed today in that creek bottom, with this night vision, I think we would have maybe got eye shine at least. I don't think they would have came out from the bushes and stuff. It was very thick in there, but we would have got hopefully better evidence and stuff. So, and we're trying. That's the main thing I want to drive home is we're actually out there trying to do this. We're trying, and we're actually able to show you stuff and get stuff. It's not like it's hard. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not hard. Just go out there and go do it. That's the biggest thing. And then not fantasize, but actually know what you're doing. Strive to be professional. Respect this and respect yourself enough to have integrity, to not hoax yourself, to not be delusional about anything you're experiencing out in the woods. Don't be disingenuous about stuff that is not a Bigfoot. If you hear a sound and it sounds good on the audio, but that it was just a squirrel, then get rid of the audio. It's junk. It's just a squirrel. Don't fake it. Have integrity. When you're talking about people and you go out there and stuff, because without integrity and without that character, it means nothing. Everything you have literally means nothing. It has to be second guessed at every avenue. So that's why integrity is very important here, and honesty, representation of Sabe means a lot. Honesty are out there, honestly out there having experiences,
I want to be honest about my evidence I'm bringing you guys. I want to be honest about what I'm saying, what we're doing, everything that we're about, and how we carry ourselves. And that's just what we're about. So if you want to help support us, you can help. All you have to do is watch these videos, like, share, and subscribe. That's more than enough. Or you don't even have to do anything. That's fine too. If you want to do more, you can donate through YouTube. You can donate. We have a Patreon, Lost Cryptids Conservatory. You can donate through that way. You can go through the Facebook page. You can go on Messenger and message, and there's donate options through Facebook Messenger for the Facebook page. You can find me on Facebook. You can donate that way. You can find some other way to donate, I'm sure. We have a Teespring store. You can buy some merchandise, some shirts, and some stuff to represent. And, help support us to get some bling and some bling, some merchandise too. The only place to buy Lost Cryptid merchandise is that Teespring store. So we're doing the Michigan Bigfoot and Dogman Conference next year, so you can help support us that way. We'll be doing that during the summer or fall. I haven't really decided yet, and so when tickets go on sale and available, we'll let you know with the link and all that. Blah blah blah. If you guys want to help donate that way, help support that, you can help donate. And so our donations and the money that I get is going to go to buying new equipment and probably more audio, honestly. I don't need your money to research. It does not really cost money to go and research. It costs money to maybe buy equipment and stuff, but once you have something, you don't really need much more. To be honest, all these people who are begging you for money to go out, I need money to research. That's just a lie. It doesn't cost money to research. What it costs money to what? A little bit of gas money to go out there. How are you funding people's research if they're asking you to fund their research? I mean, to be honest, it don't cost me nothing. So all this donations and stuff, I'm going to put into buying better equipment, more audio. Be nice to have another flare, one that, it works the way I want it to work. There's gizmos and gadgets that I actually want to build to see if the Sasquatch interact with that and stuff. That sort of stuff would cost a little bit of money. That would be funding research, but to fund someone's research and then they go out and buy a new truck and say, "Oh, it's for the research," that's disingenuous. Spending that money on anything other than Bigfoot research is not funding the research. And if they can't explain to you what they're going to use that money with, or they can't show you where it's going, then it's going to their pockets and it's not being spent on the research. And if they can't show you evidence that they get before you give them money, and evidence they get heck, if all these people who buy brand new equipment, where's all the evidence that they should be able to get from that equipment? There's people who's been years, had thousands of dollars worth of money, and they're not getting anything, and they're not showing anything for it. So yeah. So we fund. I fund everything myself. You guys, we've had a little bit of donations come in, and it has definitely helped. But it's nothing nowhere near some of these channels and what these people are always asking and begging for. And I just sit back and I think about, like, if I had a sliver of that money that they get annually, like, I would just buy one piece of equipment and be able to just go out there nonstop and get the evidence. Like, it would only take one sliver amount of money that they're getting just to be able to. I'd get another thermal and some audio, and I think that'd be enough. That we have enough equipment right here. We should be able to get whatever. We have a daytime camera, with multiple audio pieces of equipment, a nice thermal, and I already have a nice night vision camera. So like, I mean, if I got all that stuff and spent 10 years getting nothing, you know, either I'm not out there doing the work or something's wrong. So, so I'll be honest about that. You know, when it comes to donations and stuff, you know, at least we'll show you what, you know, what we're getting, and it can show you guys, and we'll be honest about what we're getting. You know, it's not going to be pocketing and stuff. So that's just how it is. So there's no money to be made in this. It's stupid for people to think that they can make money off this, to like they're going to be famous because of Bigfoot, and like, who cares? Why would you even want to be famous? You know, that's so stupid. Money and stuff, there's no money. I don't even have money to make this pour into this. You know, every little bit I save up and scrounge out, and I make sure I spend it on something it's worth. It's gonna make sure it's last. You know, value the stuff that I have to struggle to get. You know, you just value it more. You know, than being handed stuff. You know, then you don't value that stuff. They don't value the people giving you guys that. So we try to be a little bit more respectful here and honest about it. You know, we're not gonna blow smoke up your guys' ass. Like, honestly, it don't cost nothing. You know, you get a piece of camera and some audio so you can shoot videos, you can capture some audio. You need a little computer to work on something, and that's it. That's it. You don't need to travel across the country to go Bigfooting. If you're spending $40 on gas one way to go to a Bigfoot spot, maybe you're a little too far. And that yeah, here in Michigan, you don't have to spend that much gas. So all those people getting money, tell them to show us what you got. Show us the evidence. Prove to us that, you know, that money that people are spending on you is well spent. And I don't think people are proving that. I think they're doing the opposite. So and we'll also be doing expeditions after the conference. We'll be doing a camp out and have people there. You know, if people want to come to Michigan and you want to hang out, just let me know. We'll make it happen, and maybe get a chance to experience this stuff with us. So, and that's not going to cost any money for you guys at all and stuff, you know. Now, if you want me out there for a whole week by yourself and stuff, you know, that maybe that, but you know, time away from my family should probably be paid for, because that's time away from my family and missing work. So I can't do that. So, but man, if you guys want to spend a whole year out there with me and you guys want to pay for it, then let's go spend a whole year out there, and I guarantee we'll probably get something then. Girlfriend's like, no way. All right, guys, we're out of here. I've been ranting and raving a little too long. I'm getting tired and all that. I hope you guys enjoy the show. I appreciate everything. And we're going to have a lot more fun shows coming up. A lot more stuff's going to be coming out. And we appreciate all the support you guys do. So stay tuned, because there's more coming from the Lost Cryptids Conservatory and the Great Lakes State.
Mm-hmm.